Hello to all science and mystery enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the shadowy depths where science takes a hard left turn into the bizarre. We're talking about those experiments that make you question everything you thought you knew about reality. Have you ever encountered a scientific theory that seemed more like the plot of a sci-fi thriller? Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore real-life experiments that sound like they were ripped straight from the pages of a science fiction novel. Get ready to have your mind blown wide open as we investigate experiments that not only surprised the scientists who conducted them, but also sparked rumors and conspiracy theories that continue to echo through the halls of history. Are you ready to explore the strange, the mysterious, the downright unbelievable? Let's get started. Our first stop on this journey into the bizarre takes us back to the height of World War II. Picture this, 1943, the United States Navy is locked in a desperate struggle for control of the Atlantic. Amidst this backdrop of global conflict, a top-secret experiment is allegedly undertaken, shrouded in mystery and steeped in controversy. This is the story of the Philadelphia experiment. Now, the official story goes that the Navy was experimenting with a technology called degaussing, which was meant to make ships invisible to magnetic mines. Sounds reasonable, right? Except, the rumors that swirled around this experiment were anything but ordinary. Witnesses claimed that the USS Eldridge, a destroyer docked in Philadelphia's harbor, didn't just become invisible to radar, it vanished into thin air. Poof! Gone. And if that wasn't strange enough, some accounts say the ship reappeared hundreds of miles away in Norfolk, Virginia, only to reappear in Philadelphia moments later. But the weirdness doesn't stop there. The stories get even more bizarre. Some say the crew suffered horrific side effects. Some were reportedly fused with the ship's metal, their bodies merged with the cold steel. Others, it's said, suffered mental breakdowns, their minds shattered by whatever they experienced. The Navy, of course, has consistently denied these claims, dismissing them as pure fiction. But the rumors persist, fueled by eyewitness accounts and the sheer outlandishness of the story. Did the Philadelphia experiment actually open a rift in space-time? Did it accidentally transport the USS Eldridge into another dimension? The idea of teleportation, of bending the very fabric of reality, is a staple of science fiction. But what if, just maybe, there's a kernel of truth buried within the legend of the Philadelphia experiment? It's a question that continues to fascinate and haunt us to this day. From the high seas, we now delve into the shadowy world of espionage and psychological warfare. Our next stop, Project MKUltra. A CIA program so secretive, so ethically dubious, that it makes the Philadelphia experiment look like a harmless magic trick. Imagine a world where your thoughts, your memories, your very sense of self could be manipulated and controlled by shadowy government agencies. That was the chilling goal of Project MKUltra. Launched in the 1950s at the height of the Cold War, MKUltra was the CIA's foray into mind control. The agency was obsessed with finding ways to make enemy spies defect, to erase memories, and to create programmable assassins who would carry out orders without question. To achieve these sinister goals, the CIA turned to some pretty unorthodox methods. We're talking about potent hallucinogens like LSD, administered to unwitting subjects, often without their knowledge or consent. These experiments were carried out in secret sites across North America, universities, hospitals, even prisons. Imagine being a patient seeking help for a minor ailment, only to be unwittingly subjected to mind-altering drugs as part of a clandestine government experiment. That's the terrifying reality that many MKUltra victims faced. The project's methods were as varied as they were unethical. Hypnosis, electroshock therapy, sensory deprivation, anything that could potentially crack the code of human consciousness was fair game. The official narrative is that MKUltra was shut down in the early 1970s. But the truth is, much of what transpired during those 2 decades remains classified. The full extent of the program's activities and the long-term consequences for its victims may never be fully known. Project MKUltra stands as a chilling reminder of the potential for science to be used for dark and sinister purposes. It's a stark warning about the importance of ethical boundaries in scientific research and the dangers of unchecked government power. The line between science fiction and reality becomes terrifyingly blurred when we consider the potential for mind control. Chapter 3. Pavlov's Dogs Beyond the Bell. Our next experiment takes us away from shadowy government conspiracies and into the realm of behavioral psychology. But don't let the seemingly benign subject matter fool you. This experiment too has its share of unsettling implications. You've likely heard of Pavlov's dogs, the classic experiment that demonstrated the power of classical conditioning. But what if I told you that Pavlov's work may have gone far beyond what's commonly known? Ivan Pavlov, a Russian physiologist, was initially studying the digestive system of dogs. However, he noticed something peculiar. The dogs in his lab would begin to salivate, not just when they saw food, but also in anticipation of food, like when they heard the footsteps of the lab assistant who fed them. Intrigued, Pavlov designed an experiment. He began ringing a bell before feeding the dogs. Over time, the dogs learned to associate the sound of the bell with the arrival of food. Eventually, they would salivate at the mere sound of the bell, even if no food was present. This simple experiment revolutionized our understanding of learning and behavior. It demonstrated that behaviors could be conditioned, that we could be trained to respond in predictable ways to external stimuli. But here's where things get interesting. Some speculate that Pavlov's work extended beyond simple bell ringing and salivating dogs. There are whispers of experiments involving human subjects, of attempts to condition more complex behaviors, even emotions. Imagine a world where our desires, our fears, our very beliefs could be manipulated and controlled through conditioning. It's a chilling thought, and one that blurs the line between science fiction and reality. While the full extent of Pavlov's research may never be known, his work continues to raise profound questions about the nature of free will and the potential for manipulation in our increasingly complex world. Are we truly in control of our own minds, or are we simply products of our conditioning? It's a question worth pondering as we navigate the ever-evolving landscape of human behavior. Chapter 4: Project Stargate, the CIA's Psychic Spies. For our final exploration into the bizarre, we journey into the realm of psychic phenomena, a world where the human mind is said to hold untapped powers, capable of perceiving things beyond the realm of our five senses. This is the story of Project Stargate. Imagine a world where trained psychic spies could gather intelligence from across the globe, peering into secret enemy installations, all without leaving the comfort of a secure facility. That was the tantalizing prospect that drove Project Stargate. Launched by the US government in the 1970s, Project Stargate was a top-secret program dedicated to exploring the potential of psychic espionage. The CIA recruited individuals who claimed to possess psychic abilities, subjecting them to rigorous testing and training. One of the most famous participants, Ingo Swann, claimed to be able to remote view, essentially projecting his consciousness to distant locations. Swann's alleged feats were the stuff of legend. He claimed to have psychically spied on Soviet military bases, even describing the layout of a secret facility in Siberia with remarkable accuracy. For over 2 decades, the US government poured millions of dollars into Project Stargate, hoping to harness the power of the human mind for espionage purposes. But despite some intriguing anecdotes and anecdotal evidence, the program was ultimately shut down in 1995, deemed inconclusive. The official line is that psychic espionage was a dead end, but some believe that the program continues in secret, hidden from public view. Could it be that somewhere in a classified facility, the government is still training psychic spies, their minds honed to a razor's edge, capable of perceiving threats beyond the realm of conventional intelligence gathering? Project Stargate, whether it was a genuine attempt to explore the unknown or simply a misguided foray into pseudoscience, continues to capture the imagination. It speaks to our fascination with the unexplained, the potential for the human mind to transcend its perceived limitations. Perhaps one day we'll know for sure whether psychic abilities are real or simply a product of wishful thinking. Until then, Project Stargate remains a tantalizing mystery. From vanishing warships to mind control, from conditioned reflexes to psychic spies, we've journeyed through some of the strangest and most unsettling experiments in history. These stories, whether rooted in fact or fueled by speculation, remind us that the pursuit of knowledge can lead us down some truly bizarre and unexpected paths. The Philadelphia Experiment Project, Cultra Pavlov's Dogs Project, Stargate. These experiments, shrouded in mystery and controversy, challenge our understanding of what's possible and force us to confront the ethical implications of scientific exploration. They remind us that the line between science fiction and reality is often blurry, and sometimes, the truth can be stranger than fiction. What do you think? Which of these stories is the most compelling? Do you believe any of them could be true? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the bizarre, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more explorations of the strange and unexplained. Until next time, keep those minds curious and never stop questioning the world around you.